Hello everyone, and welcome back to DET Coach's Beginner's Guide to the Duolingo English Test. In this lesson, we'll cover the 1-minute workflow for listen and type. You hear one sentence in English. Your task is to type the original sentence into the text box. You have 1 minute for each question, and you can play the audio up to 3 times. Listen and type affects your listening subscore, as well as the comprehension and conversation integrated subscores. Understanding the meaning is not enough. Missing a word, adding an extra word, or using the wrong word form or spelling can all affect your score. That is why you should not listen in the same way, all 3 times. Each listen should have a different purpose. On the first listen, capture the core sentence structure. Focus on the subject, main verb, and key nouns. Type whatever you are sure you heard. If you miss an article, preposition, or word ending, leave it for now. Do not get stuck on a single word. On the second listen, compare the audio with what you have typed and add the details. Listen closely for articles, prepositions, pronouns, quantities, word endings, and any phrases you missed the first time. At the same time, check that the word order is correct. On the third listen, follow the audio and check your answer word by word. Focus on tense, singular and plural forms, and spelling. Do not rewrite the sentence based on its general meaning. Compare your answer directly with the audio. Let's look at the first question.
Please bring your notebook and a bottle of water.
After the first listen, you can begin by writing, bring, notebook, bottle, water. You have already captured the action and the main objects in the sentence.
Please bring your notebook and a bottle of water.
On the second listen, add, please, your, and a, of. Once you put those words back in place, the sentence becomes,
please bring your notebook and a bottle of water.
Use the third listen to check every word. Confirm that notebook is singular. Make sure bottle has the article a before it. There must also be an of between bottle and water. If you write only, bring a notebook and water. The general meaning is similar, but the sentence omits please, your, and of, and it changes the original structure. In listen and type, preserving only the main idea is not enough. Now let's look at the second question.
The researcher explained why the results were difficult to interpret.
On the first listen, capture, researcher, explained, results, difficult, interpret. We already know that a researcher explained something related to the results.
The researcher explained why the results were difficult to interpret.
On the second listen, add, the, why, the, were, to. The complete sentence is,
the researcher explained why the results were difficult to interpret.
On the third listen, focus on the word forms. Explained is in the past tense and ends in ed. Results is plural, so it takes were, not was. The final phrase is difficult to interpret. Do not omit to. Some word endings are not prominent in connected speech. When that happens, use the sentence's tense and number agreement to check whether your answer is grammatically plausible. Both questions use the same workflow. Capture the content words on the first listen, add the function words on the second, and check word forms and spelling on the third. One common problem is getting stuck on a word you did not hear clearly during the first listen. While you are still trying to spell an earlier word, the audio has already moved to the second half of the sentence. When this happens, leave a gap and keep listening to what follows. Another problem is listening from beginning to end in the same unfocused way all 3 times. Even after 3 listens, you may still miss the same details. Remember that listen and type and interactive listening have different goals. Interactive listening focuses on understanding the scenario and key information. Listen and type requires you to reproduce the original sentence as accurately as possible. You cannot rewrite it in your own words. For listen and type, assign 1 task to each of the 3 listens. Use the first to capture the sentence structure. Use the second to add details. Use the third to check every word. After completing the sentence, read it through once more. Make sure it reads naturally and that there are no obvious problems with word order, tense, singular or plural forms, or spelling before you submit your answer. For more examples and practice, see the illustrated materials for this lesson on the DET Coach website. I'll see you in the next lesson.